save up to 8 lives, enhance the lives of 75 other people, whether it be their eyes, their bones, the tissues, all that type of thing is used in transplant operations to improve people's lives, and your major organs, heart, lungs, kidney, liver, and so on, they can actually give a life to somebody. So I'd just like to wrap up by once again saying how proud of my children I am, and by encouraging you all to step forward and register to donate organs, and to encourage your parents when you go home to do the same thing. You can visit the website stepbystep.ca and gain more information, and as George says, register. So thank you very much, and thank you, Mrs. Denemy, and thank you all.
Actually, there are 3 other families that have been impacted. And I'm going to ask Mrs. Karen Rasmussen and Jake if you could come up and maybe speak a little bit on behalf of what's happening in your lives. Thank you. Jake is our grade 9 student at our school, and Karen is his grandmother.
Thank Bruce for making us all cry. I'm pretty good at crying myself, so now I'm not sure how I'm supposed to speak up here. I wanted to just tell you very briefly my story and the need for organ donation. I was diagnosed 10 years ago with an autoimmune liver disease called PSC. There's nothing I did to get this disease, it's just luck of the draw. If any of you are football fans, Hall of Famer football player Walter Payton died of this disease a few years back. The only cure for this disease is a liver transplant. There is no other cure. And as Bruce mentioned, there are 2 ways of getting a liver transplant. One is you wait for someone to pass away and hopefully they've donated their organs. And the other is to be fortunate enough to get a living donor transplant. I'm hoping to be one of those fortunate ones. My sister, when she found out my situation, immediately offered to be my living donor. Excuse me. And she's been working at getting in the best shape of her life to be prepared for this. She just ran the New York City Marathon, which I'm very proud of her. If for some reason it doesn't work out for her being my donor, my son Christopher, who is a former Aurora High School student, has offered to be my backup plan. As Bruce mentioned, when you do get a piece of someone's liver, within about 6 weeks you both have full-size functioning livers. Somehow those livers know the exact right size to grow to, and they just know what to do. It's a pretty smart organ if it's working properly. If all goes well, I'm just finishing up my testing for the transplant, and my sister will begin her testing to see if she's healthy, which we believe she is, but you never know what's hiding in someone's body. If all goes well, I hope to have a transplant late this winter or early spring, which will be great because I feel my life has been on hold for the last 10 years with lack of energy and feeling too sick to do most things that everybody gets to do each day. My main message to everybody is a green message. Recycle yourself. Become an organ donor. I wanted to thank my grandson Jake here for being supportive. I have a wonderful family who's been exceptionally supportive of me through this whole thing, and it's really special that Jake offered to be here and to be part of this relay, carrying the torch. Thank you.
just want to make a comment on a personal note. I lost a girl, a very good friend, 2 years ago. And she was waiting for a kidney transplant, and it just didn't work. She was full of life, teacher, musician. She was an amazing woman, and a best friend that I had. And best friends don't come very easily. And I watched her die because it just wasn't there. And I took care of her, and I lived with her, and I nursed her, and I bathed her, and I know what it's like to see a person in pain and not be able to do anything, because I wasn't a donor, I couldn't be a donor. But if I could have changed my life, I would have. And so when we look at organ and tissue donation, it is so critical to help somebody live, and you just never know who will be impacted. 1 minute she's alive and dancing and we're having fun and we're swimming and we're gardening, and then the next minute she's told that that's not going to happen. So I beg of you to think of today as a positive note, because I do see it as positive. By bringing awareness and using yourselves and your bodies and recycling them and staying healthy will save a life. And at that, I'm going to close. I'm going to ask Michelle. I think Michelle is here to speak a few words about, where's George? Is Michelle here? Michelle is going to speak to you and about her journey, and it's a very good one. Thank you, Michelle.
Hi there. First of all, I'm totally overwhelmed by the support from your student body. I can't believe how much support there is. I want to move to Aurora. This is just phenomenal. I had a liver transplant in 2008. I was on a vacation to Montreal, actually, to see the Leafs play the Habs. It was a sort of annual thing I did with my friends. And I got a really bad stomach ache and I felt sick. And I went to the hospital and I ended up in a coma for 10 days. And when I came out of the coma on Christmas Day, they said I needed a liver transplant. So it was tough times for the family and for everybody. But within a month, I was given the gift of life. And I used to run before. I was in pretty good shape beforehand. And I can tell you that I thought it was really simple back then. I thought I ran because I loved it. I had no talent like you guys. My God, I couldn't keep up with you. But now it's even more simple than that. I run because I can. And the only reason that I can run is because someone decided to give me the gift of life. And I so appreciate that. And I think of it every day. And I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to you all for being here. And give it up for my donor. And give it up for my donor's family and yourself. Thank you very much.